Hey! Do you remember HBO's first original show called Fraggle Rock? Which was also the first show from the United States to actually air in the Soviet Union. Which is such a weird fact, I felt like I had to mention it. Then, once it was all finished up, they made a video for the crew where they broke the fourth wall. Which is amazing to see that they did that.
Fraggle Rock has ruined my image as a romantic lead.
Oh, well, personally, I'm not really interested in acting anymore. No, my screenplay is my real interest.
Also, it got an animated show, and then another animated show, which was a spin-off, starring the Doozers, which were side characters on Fraggle Rock. But they made their grand return as puppets in Fraggle Rock Rock On. And now it's finally rebooted, with Fraggle Rock Back to the Rock. And they changed Moki's design. And it's no longer on HBO, it's on Apple TV+. But none of that means it's a bad show at all. So, here's where I hate that I love Fraggle Rock Back to the Rock. Yes, you heard me right. I hate that I love something. Before we get to the hate, let's get to the love. Because there's a lot to love about this show. For example, the set design is so vibrant and creative without being too distracting from the puppetry itself. And on the topic of puppetry, the puppetry here is on brand. It really lives up to the Jim Henson Company standard, just as the original Fraggle Rock did as well. Except for the fact that the newer puppets are much more advanced. Which is really saying something considering how advanced the Gorgs were at the time. But now, the Gorgs and the Doozers, and even some of the Fraggles, are using modern technology for their puppets. Which really fits the time, considering that the Jim Henson Company is using so much advanced techniques with their other shows. And it would be a shame not to mention how good the characters are, and how they feel actually developed by the end of the show. Which is very weird for a children's show, to have characters feel like they've developed at the end of the show. I'm not going to spoil what happens or why I feel this way, but trust me, even though this is a children's show, the characters get some true development. And yes, I'm aware how ridiculous it sounds and how ridiculous it makes me sound. Also, you can see some of these characters at the Museum of the Moving Image, and fun fact for you, 2 of them didn't make it into the reboot. Both were played by Jim Henson before his passing. And the last thing I'm going to say that I love about this reboot is actually one of the new characters who actually has a recurring role.
Hi, Red! I've said hi a lot of times to you today, Pokey, but hi again. Hi! Okay, by the way, someone gave me a whistle! Time to walk now, Pokey. Okay.
This guy needed more time to shine, so please give him his own show. I would love that. Now, here's why I hate, really hate, that I love this show. And the reason is Disney. The fact that Disney doesn't give this much love to the Muppets when it comes to their budget is just disgusting. Here's an example about how much they're constrained by their budget.
Writing, we wrote the script, and then it was budget time, and we had to figure out how we had to tailor the script to meet the budget that was necessary to get it greenlit, right?
Yeah. Unscrew Gonzo's head and look inside, and that's why we put in the budget joke with the bus, because they literally were cut because of budget.
We had to start finding cuts and how we were gonna bring the budget down and bring the time of it all down. So those got cut.
Even though I don't know the budget for Fraggle Rock Back to the Rock or Muppets Now, just based off that video that the Brother Brothers released, yeah, there's definitely some budget issues, and it really shows with Muppets Now. And yes, I know, Apple TV Plus has a lot of money, but guess what? Disney has a lot of money too! They've made some of the most expensive TV shows ever! They have 4 shows with the highest TV budget being $25 million. Yes, there are Marvel shows, but guess who owns Marvel? Disney! And guess who owns Muppets? Disney! Yes, I'm aware that Apple makes more money than Disney, And I'm also aware that Apple TV Plus has also very high TV budgets, sometimes even $15 million per episode. Yes, I understand that Disney just wants to keep up the quality of the Marvel shows, so they're in line with the movies. But it's no excuse for them not to raise other budgets for other franchises. Now here's the part where there might be some hope. So on Instagram, they recently announced something from the Muppets, something pretty big and pretty cool. On Disney Plus, they're gonna have a show centered around Dr. Teeth and Electric Mayhem, which sounds like a really good concept. I just really hope Disney Plus gives them the budget. So if they do give them a bigger budget, I hope it goes to music rights. I hope it goes to overall quality, just like quality control, because seriously, they showed Muppet performers in Muppet's Haunted Mansion, which kind of annoyed me. Not kind of, it just straight up annoyed me. And the last thing I'm going to mention, which is very important, make it look clean. Muppets now do not look clean at all, and I know it's probably because of budget constraints, as was stated for the Muppets Haunted Mansion thing on the Brighter Brothers. So I think that makes a great example to show how budget constraints can really limit a show and its potential. Even though that wasn't the show's biggest problem, it was still a problem nonetheless that was really visual. And it's not like Disney can't afford to fix this. They make so much money! And also their main focus is entertainment. The Muppets are part of entertainment. Now, let's change the topic because one last thing I want to mention about Fraggle Rock, Back to Rock, is the Fraggles. Yes, the cave Fraggles from the original series, now called Fraggles, that are almost exactly like the Fraggles that we know, but their tails are down, so they're always off screen, but they do in fact have them. So here comes to a conspiracy theory. I think Nigel's a Fraggle. Yes, Nigel from the Muppets, their conductor, I think is a Fraggle. I have nothing go off here except for their resemblance, but he is the same size as Kermit, and Kermit is the same size as a Fraggle. And even though we've seen his full body before, who knows if the tail is hiding? Could be in his pants, you know? And it wouldn't be the first time a Fraggle was spotted outside of the show Fraggle Rock. Like, straight up, Large Marvin was literally in the Muppets Tonight opening. He's one of the crowd members. I don't know how that happened, but it happened. Also, Sprocket is literally in a lot of stuff other than Fraggle Rock. I know he's not a Fraggle, I just feel like mentioning it. So to conclude this weird theory that I just kind of threw into this video, yeah, my headcanon, until proven otherwise, is that Nigel is a Fraggle. So in my head, it's confirmed, and we should hashtag it, make it a thing. Come on, spread the word. Now, before I end the video, all I have to say is, if you have Apple TV Plus, please watch this show. It is so good, and if you're a fan of the Muppets, or just the Jim Henson Company in general, you're really going to enjoy this. Poggy is the most underrated Fraggle, and he's amazing.